What's poppin'? Hello, we are here today back with some more APA. This time for week 2, I got my team that I'll show you guys before we get into the battle as usual. Got a lot of intricate Eevee spreads and some nice Pokemon to showcase this week. And this week we're taking on my great friend Mr. Jamvad, also known as Jamvad Academy. I'd encourage you all to check him out. He's in the main friend group, as you all know. And very solid battler for sure. And I'm excited to see how he does in draft for his debut. First time in a draft league, so this should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see his side of the game after he plays, so we'll see what happens. And let's talk about his team. He's bringing Appleton, Cloyster, Corviknight, Gallade, Manectric, Alolan Ninetales, Salazzle, Scrafty, Seismitoad, Gmax, Snorlax, and Sylveon. So the list should have already appeared to your right. He has a lot of really solid defensive cores in like Corviknight, Seismitoad, Sylveon, and like Appleton and stuff too. Scrafty, great intimidator. He has the Pokemon that can toxic all Pokemon, Salazzle, with the corrosion ability. And then he also has Veil, so he can also run Aurora Veil with like Cloyster. That Corviknight's definitely a big nuisance. And yeah, just a lot of really solid mons. Gmax Snorlax, which is forced to run a Pokeball. Just as a reminder, in this league, they are nerfing Gmaxes by forcing them to run any type of Pokeball you want, as long as it has no effect. And the reason you'd run that over no item is so that you get the max damage from knockoff. Because with no item, then its power is reduced. So that's just the way that this league in particular tried to nerf Gmaxes. But they're still broken. Gmax Snorlax is no exception. Very bulky, hard-hitting Pokemon with Curse and whatnot. So definitely something we got to watch out for. As well, I do anticipate him bringing Corviknight Snorlax for sure. Probably the Seismitoad for having an electric immunity from toxicity at least. Maybe he can kind of outplay it. And I guess everything else is kind of like possible for him to bring. I think Sylveon will come just so that I could deal with the Gmax Grimmsnarl. But yeah, very solid team. Let's talk about the team that we're bringing now. Now, I recall in Jamvad's draft analysis video, which I did watch by the way, he said that he drafted stuff like Corviknight because it was very defensive. It was able to take hits so that he can gauge the skill level of his opponent. Now, I'm picking Pokemon for this team that are hard-hitting, wall-breaking capabilities of Pokemon that will not give him the time to try to gauge the skill level. I'll be just hitting Pokemon left and right for as much damage as I can. For instance, the first Pokemon we got here, which I decided to build around, is Choice Banded Darmanitan. Adamant nature and enough speed to outrun basically everything that Darmanitan can outrun at that speed level, which is including stuff like the Gallade, I think is the max speed I set it for, which was base 80s. So outrunning that is fantastic. Sheer force, hitting extremely hard with Flare Blitz, OHKOing things even through Aurora Veil. It definitely takes out the Ninetales through Aurora Veil with ease. Seismitoad, defensive Seismitoad, gets 2-hit KO'd by a Flare Blitz, and that's crazy. Like there's a really good chance for that to happen, and if he's not running max HP, max Fizz Def, then I mean that thing gets obliterated as well. He has no switch into this thing, and I figured I'd bring it because just pressures his team a lot. And yeah, so that's the first Pokemon we got here, with the second Pokemon being Cobalion. Now Cobalion, a very nice pick for this team because I feel like with Sacred Sword, it has the effect of breaking through defense boosts because, as you can see here, Sacred Sword's its effect here is it ignores the target stat changes, which is great for certain Pokemon such as Curse Snorlax, Iron Defensor, Bulk Up Corviknight, and Bulk Up Scrafty. So ignoring that, it's great. I also have Iron Head, which is doing a lot of damage to things such as the Ninetales and whatnot. Just the main 2 stat moves, and Sylveon, of course. And then I ran T-Wave here because I figured like a third coverage move I wasn't really clicking. So T-Wave it might be nice to slow things down that may pose as a threat or something that's faster. Can cripple that, maybe get some paralysis here and there. This Eevee spread, look at this Eevee spread here. 100 HP, 108 attack, 12 defense, max speed def, and 36 speed. The speed here allows us to outrun. I think I said it. It's the same as Darmanitan, yep. So it's able to outrun Gallade. I didn't find it worth it to run more speed that would allow us to, I think, to outrun Manectric, because I don't think he'd bring Manectric due to the fact that I have 2 ground types and like 2 other electric resists, so I don't think he'd bring that. And the Spidef actually lets us live a hit from Salazzle's Flamethrower from full, and even after rocks and stuff too. It also allows us to chew up a spec Sylveon's Hyper Voice, I think, with the investment that we have. Basically, what I'm trying to do with Cobalion is take the special hits from certain Pokemon, maybe T-Wave, or just be able to break things down with a SD Iron Head or SD Sacred Sword. And I think Leftovers Cobalion getting the residual help that it can get from its bulk and its offensiveness is really solid. Then we have AV Toxtricity. So you don't really see like this kind of set on the ladder. You see specs, maybe you see Shift Gear, but I've not seen an AV set before. I think AV has a lot of potential in this matchup. It avoids getting 2-hit KO from a Salazzle, which is great. It also is able to eat up a Psyshock or a Psychic from Sylveon, which is great too. With the AV, it can also sponge a hit from Ninetales. It does not get 2-hit KO'd by Blizzard from Ninetales. And of course, it sponges the Moonblast and stuff. So mainly the special hits. Appleton it can eat up as well. And not being locked in is great because then we don't have to predict. We can just Boom Burst whatever. Then we can switch it up, go for Volt Switch, go for Overdrive, Sludge Wave and stuff. And just a very hard hitting Pokemon. Gives me a great Volt Turn core with our Darmanitan with the U-Turn and the Volt Switch. So that's there as well. And of course with Boom Burst, Seismitoad gets 2-hit KO'd. So that's another Pokemon that I figured would be great. Then we have Grimmsnarl, G-Max Pokemon holding the Premier Ball as usual when it's shiny. It will of course be the same color as this Pokeball. I'm running bulk up 3 attacks, pretty standard set here with the Darkest Lariat, which is a similar effect to Sacred Sword, going through the defense boosts of our opponent. So it's able to bulk up and do that. Spirit Break, lowering special attack, which is nice, and Sucker Punch for priority versus faster things such as the Salazzle, the Gallade even, anything like that. Then we have Noivern. Well, I guess the EV spread here. I made this EV spread a little while ago. Kind of forgot what I did it for, but I know that I have Spadef with Careful, and I'm pretty sure that it's for stuff like Sylveon, Salazzle, and things. Able to take hits better in its G-Max form. Yeah, then we have Noivern, which is our Defogger for the team, Heavy Duty Boots, and Infiltrator goes through Sub. This is especially useful versus Sub Salazzle, which we may see like a Sub Toxic Protect set, which I absolutely love running. And yeah, Air Slash is like for the fighting types that he has, like Scrafty and Gallade and stuff. And also able to hit Appleton super effectively. And I think also a lot of other stuff for neutral damage. Flamethrower is there for the Alolan Ninetales in particular, and the Corviknight. So I think the coverage is nice on this thing. The stab move and this extra coverage. Defog Roost, so it's nice. Enough speed to outrun the Salazzle. Then we have our final Pokemon here, which is one of our win cons in the back. We have Darmanitan, Cobalion, Toxtricity as offensive pressure, our G-Max, Defogger for the team, and then Necrozma. No rocks on this team. I figured it's probably better just to try to get rid of rocks with our Defogger. Dragon Dance Necrozma, or actually I should say this is Double Dance Necrozma. We have Dragon Dance Swords Dance Necrozma, is designed to break through some of its Pokemon that it does not like to face. Like for instance, Scrafty is a Pokemon that is dark fighting. This thing does not have the best coverage versus Scrafty besides Brick Break. So a Swords Dance Dragon Dance set actually will destroy Scrafty. It will 2-hit KO it, I think, after Swords Dance, so it's really nice. After the Intimidate activates too. And then Photon Geyser hits extremely hard. This set actually also with the Ayapapa Berry survives a +2 Cloyster's Icicle Spear because it gets us into the Ayapapa range and then lives the 5th Spear, which allows us to get up a Brick Break, maybe getting rid of the Aurora Veil screens and stuff. So this team is really designed to eliminate screens, as with Defog and Brick Break, it can do both of those. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fun team to use. And this is the first time for us using Dragon Dance Necrozma, so I'm excited to try it out and see how it does. And that's going to be that. So hope you all enjoyed the team builder. Let's get into the battle and see how we do versus my boy Jam. We got to play very soon. I'm going to have to help him connect as well. And we'll see how that goes. So I'll get right into the game, and I'll cue into that right now. What's going on, everyone? What is poppin'? We are here today for APA Week 2. And this week, we're going to be taking on my longtime friend, Mr. Jamvad, also known as Jamvad Academy. Very excited to be able to play him. It's his debut in draft, his first time playing draft. Actually, he forfeited his week 1 to give everyone a chance, of course. You already know. But this is his first time playing in draft, and it's going to be versus me. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to play him. He's a very, very skilled player, but let's see how he does on Wi-Fi. And yeah, let's just hop right into it. See what his team is, what he's bringing, all that good stuff. Ooh, this is exciting. All right, what does he have here? So he has a Alolan Ninetales. He has Seismitoad. Double fighting. Okay, I actually did not expect him to bring both Gallade and Scrafty. Very interesting. Okay. So Ninetales is there. Let me type this out real quick. We got Ninetales. Seismitoad I expected for sure. Salazzle is a very interesting bring. Snorlax is his G-Max Pokemon. He also has the Gallade and the Scrafty. Alright, so no Corviknight, which is also very interesting to see. He did not bring the Corviknight, so I think I'm actually going to lead Darmanitan either way. In case he does lead with the Ninetales, it could scare it out. If he leads Seismitoad, the only thing I have to be careful of is a potential Choice Scarf variant. That would kind of set me back a little bit. I think we can just lead with these. Skill-wise, Gem is definitely more experienced than I am. But I definitely can think outside the box for draft. I'm curious to see how he adapts. Leads Ninetales. Okay, perfect, perfect. I assume he's gonna try to get up like an Aurora Veil or something, where I can just Flare Blitz turn 1. And if he goes hard Seismitoad, if it's not fully Fizz Def, it gets 2 KO'd. So I do believe that he does not have very many switch-ins to this thing. I'm gonna Flare Blitz here. Even Thick Fat Snorlax takes a ton of damage from this thing. And he switches out, right? If it's the Seismitoad, okay, it's actually Scrafty. Wait a second. So this should even get 2 KO'd as well. I believe even after an Intimidate, but let's see. Yeah, that's a 2 KO right there. Ooh, beautiful. That's a Rocky Helmet variant though. I do take a ton of chip. I feel like here he would go into Seismitoad. We've weakened Scrafty a lot, which is really good for the what do you call it? We've weakened Scrafty, so it's really good for the Necrozma. I'm gonna go here into I think Noivern, predicting Seismitoad to come in. Because I feel like he would switch out here. And I want to play a little bit more aggressively. He actually went for rest. I'm actually really surprised he did that. Huh. Because I would have knocked this out. He's not Shed Skin though, which is alright. Gonna double here into yeah, switch out here into this guy. I really thought he'd go Seismitoad on that turn, but maybe it was me kind of over predicting a little bit. I do like T-Waving here just in case he goes into well, actually, he could go Seismitoad, though. Even Sacred Sorting is kind of fine, too. I think I definitely played too aggressively in the beginning there with Darmanitan. That's my bad. I should have just knocked it out. But that thing is asleep, so it does give me some setup opportunity. Go Salazzle. Okay, maybe I should have T-Wave then. That, we get, I guess we can kind of see what item he is. He is, Black Sludge. So I assume he's the Corrosion set. If he subs here, that's fine. I do have Infiltrator Noivern that I can go into. Alright, I can outplay this. He's okay, so he's playing a little bit more obvious. He just flamethrowers. Okay, that's fine. So we take that pretty well. He will heal up a little bit there. I'm gonna Air Slash here. So he'll switch out here now. Goes into Snorlax. So we'll get a little bit of chip on this thing too. Does some decent damage. So he'll body slam us here. We eat that up really well though. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'll Sacred Sword here now. Weakening the Seismitoad will be nice. Snorlax is already getting chipped. And remember, the only item that it can hold is a Pokeball. So it can't have any 50% barrier or anything. Go Scrafty. Straight up. Okay. That I'm perfectly fine with, I think. Got a lot of damage on that. That was a crit. Okay. He is Rocky Helmet, as we saw before. So this Scrafty, kind of getting it back into that same position it was at before. He might have Sleep Talk on his thing. But he pivots out again. He pivots out here into Seismitoad. That's kind of what I expected him to go into first. We'll see what his item is. That's another crit for sure. Has to be. That's crazy. My bad, man. We do not see an item though. Going back to Noivern here. So those are two pretty big hits. He gets up his rocks here. That's okay. I'm gonna keep them off my side with Defog. Kind of curious to see what he has. It might be Toxic. It is Toxic. Okay, so we know for a fact he's not AV, which is also really good to know. So I will go for the Air Slash here. He's actually, okay, Protect Seismitoad. Okay, good to know, good to know. Toxic protects Stealth Rocks. So he only has one attack. He only has one attack. So I am going to Air Slash first, I think. Nice, nice. Another crit. I think that's Spadef. Oh, we activate his berry. But they're not 50% berries anymore, though. So it only goes back to that much. Oh, it's a citrus berry. Okay. So this Toxic will rack a little bit. I'm going to Roost here. I think the Dragon Dance NECROZMA actually will put in a ton of work. Because Scrafty's weak. Snorlax is also kind of weak too. The Double Dance NECROZMA is going to put in a lot of work late game. This thing's also weak too. He does Earth Power here. Very good play. So he's very good at pressuring these rocks to stay. I will Roost here. So I think he's gonna let the rock stay. Oh, he clicks rocks again. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll defog later. I'm gonna switch out here into. Let's see. I'm gonna switch out here. I know it's kind of a risky play to go into it, but I do kind of want to go into Yeah, I do kind of want to go into this. I don't think he'd Earth Power here. I think he'd Protect 100% of the time. And plus, I only kept this thing for Corviknight anyways, which he doesn't have. Yep, perfect, perfect. So now here we can just go for a Boom Burst. He should not be faster than me. So he might think I'm locked into it. I am indeed, of course, Emvee. So we are going to Boom Burst here. Switches out. Okay, into who? Snorlax. So Snorlax is going to take this. Not bad, not bad. Let us Volt Switch out here. Get some additional chip damage. So that's good. We don't get knocked out by a Max Ground with Cobalion, so I'm going to go into that right now. So he goes for the rest. Okay, very nice. So I could make a play here and go for a T-Wave. I could also SD up here. I don't know if he would go hard into Salazzle. So I feel like clicking SD is not a bad play. I know that because he's Black Sludge Salazzle, my Cobalion is EV'd to take a hit from a Salazzle. That's not Choice Specs or Life Orb or anything. It has more Spadef stats in it, invested into it, so I know for a fact that I can live a Flamethrower. Which he did reveal to have, and I don't know if he's max special attack or not. But we got an SD up here on the Intimidate. That's really good. I could go for it again, but I just want to do damage right now. And I think knocking something out is going to be nice here. So we will knock out Scrafty here, which is fantastic. Got rid of this Pokemon. Beautiful. Let me just get my calc ready real quick. So I knew he'd bring in Salazzle. Let's see here. Cobalion. So the damage that we are doing to this thing... Sacred Sword does 54 to 65 if he's not HP invested. Flamethrower, it does 74 to 90. I feel like we're above that, maybe. 74 to 90. Like maybe we're above that. But I don't have like another great switch in. Other than maybe Darmanitan, which we might not actually need. So I might just go, well, I don't know if he'll sub here. I have 10 seconds. I'm gonna Sacred Sword. Because I think I can live this hit. He's Black Sludge. Because I EV'd this thing to live the hit. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we can also save. Yeah, that's like HP invested too. So that's good damage. Damage that we need. I can save this thing as well for outrunning the Snorlax, I guess. I might not need Darmanitan actually. So I might just sack. I still think I want to get a I still think I want to try to get a defog off. It doesn't seem that feasible though. But I think I can. But that Salazzle's probably max HP. So he'll knock me out here. That's okay. The Salazzle's a little bit annoying. It's the sub toxic one, I'm pretty sure, with only Flamethrower. I need to force a situation where I can Dragon Dance. So I think here I can just go for the Boom Burst. That Snorlax is super fat though, which he will go into. It might have Sleep Talk, I think. It would make sense if it does. But that does some good damage though. I might just go for it here. Snorlax can't knock me out in one hit unless he has like Earthquake or something. But he has Rest. Rest, Sleep Talk. I assume he'd have Curse maybe in Body Slam. But that's not the best switch in actually. Sleep Talk, okay. He can roll anything but a Body Slam. Perfect. So I can try to knock this thing out at least. All right. Counter. That's kind of heat though. That is kind of heat. Knocking this out would be beautiful. His response would probably be Gallade, however, which is fine. So I want this thing gone. Because that was his G-Max Pokemon. That thing is gone. I think he also could have actually Gigantamaxed to live the hits better and then wake up. I'm not sure why he didn't do that. But Gallade is his response for sure. What is my response here? Let's see. So I think I kind of need Salazzle a little bit more than, for instance, my Musketeer at this point, because Snorlax is gone. So I'm going to sack this thing. And rocks are still up on our side, keep in mind, so we got to watch out for that. So he goes for Psycho Cut, knocks us out here. Good for him. At this point in time, I can just go into the bird himself. Boom bird, or the bat, I should say. Now, I could either... Oh yeah, I have heavy duty boots, right. So I come in without taking rocks damage, perfect. I could either air slash here, or I could go for the defog. At this point, like, rocks are whatever. I think getting off damage is probably better. So I'm gonna air slash here. Okay, he does have the Koba, so that's also good information. Okay. Psycho cuts me. So that will knock us out. Oh, it does not. Oh yeah, it does with the poison. Knocks us out. So that Gallade doesn't seem entirely like super strong. So what do we do here? Let's think. If I go into this thing, I could Dragon Dance up. I kind of just want to yeah, let's start dancing. We'll take a knockoff. That doesn't even look like max attack either. So we'll definitely take a knockoff here. I'll D-dance up now. And he switches out on my Dragon Dance. Perfect. I think that's perfect. Side Missile should get destroyed. This thing has Toxic, so it's the only thing standing in my way from Annihilation. Yep, we can Photon Geyser here to get rid of this one. +1 should definitely take it out. Beautiful, beautiful. So we still have our G-Max, like I said. He only has Alolan, Ninetales, Salazzle, and Gallade. So I think he's forced to go Ninetales here, which can live one hit. Kind of curious to see what he's going to do after that. Yeah, like I said, he's forced to go Ninetales. Our best play, I think, is just to get damage off. And also, I do have Brick Break, so if he wants to get Aurora Veil up, he could. But I'm not sure what he is, or what he's all about here with this Ninetales set. It's not screens, right? So we'll get some good damage off here. Oh, that's beautiful damage. He does go for Blizzard. So we can definitely live this hit. For sure, 100% of the time. Yep, so we can Photon Geyser here now. Imagine if the Hail actually knocks us into range of our berry. That would be kind of fire. The Ninetales gone. Don't know if Gallade has Shadow Sneak or not. My berry is not activated yet, but I can live a Shadow Sneak from this range too. I think Dragon Dance NECROZMA actually comes through in this game versus Jam. In comes Gallade. This thing should get obliterated by a Photon. I did the calcs. If it's like a max attack, max speed one, it gets KO'd 100% of the time. If he has bulk, then maybe he could live, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so at all. Get the berry activate right now. Come on, pop it. It's not popped. Come on. Where's my berry? Can't even pop the Eye of Papa. Can't pop the Eye of Papa versus my Papa, Mr. Jamvad. And that is going to be GG. It is Emvee. GG to the Academy. Solid game. I misplayed a little bit in the beginning. That was like not... I mean... a crit to shove it in his face. We did get 2 crits, which are unfortunate for him, for sure. But that Scrafty, I don't know if it had Sleep Talk. I'm not sure if it did, but hey, we came through. We came through for sure. And the NECROZMA was also built to destroy Scrafty as well. But that's gonna be it from me. Hope you all enjoyed this match. Of course, check out my boy Jam. He has his channel on Jamvad Academy. I think he also has a book on Amazon, which you also check out as well. If you check out his channel, look at the description of one of his videos. He's got all the plugs there for you all. I do recommend it a lot. He's one of my good friends for sure. And yeah, it's gonna be that. Week 3, I'm not sure who we face, but like I said, in this draft we have a lot of great competition. A lot of people that I've always wanted to face. Jamvad being one of them in draft is just fantastic to see, and I hope he does well in the other weeks. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you all as always, and I will see you guys on the next video.